The rooster had not yet crowed when Sade opened her eyes. For a moment, she smiled. It was market day, and Mama always let her taste the first fried puff-puff before selling the rest. The smell should have been dancing in the air already, but the room was silent. Too silent. "Mama," she whispered, turning on the thin mat beside her. Mama didn't move. Sade sat up slowly. Maybe Mama was just tired. The night before, she had coughed for hours, pressing her wrapper against her chest as if trying to hold her breath inside. "Mama, it's morning," Sade said again, this time touching her arm. Cold. Not the gentle cold of dawn. Cold like rainwater forgotten in a clay pot. Sade's heart began to beat so loudly she could hear it in her ears. "Mama," her voice broke. She shook her harder. "Mama, please wake up. I will fetch water today. I won't complain again. I promise." Nothing. The world outside continued as if nothing had happened. Goats bleated. Women swept their compounds. Someone laughed in the distance. Inside the small room, Sade's world ended. By noon, the compound was full. Women cried loudly, beating their chests. Men spoke in low, serious voices. Someone covered Mama's face with white cloth. Sade sat in a corner, hugging her knees. She did not cry. If she cried, it would mean it was real. A neighbor bent down beside her. "You are strong, my child," the woman said gently. "God knows best." Sade wanted to scream. If God knew best, why did Mama have to die? But the words stayed trapped in her throat. 3 days later, the house became empty. No more coughing at night. No more soft singing while cooking. No more warm hands rubbing her head when she had fever. Just silence. Food finished quickly. Water became heavy to carry alone. School became impossible. One evening, Sade sat outside watching other children return in their uniforms, laughing, arguing, free. Her chest tightened. Mama had only one dream. "You will go to school, Sade. You will not suffer like me." But dreams cannot cook soup. Dreams cannot pay school fees. Tears finally came, hot and unstoppable. "I'm sorry, Mama," she sobbed into the dust. "I cannot do it without you." Weeks passed. Hunger taught Sade things childhood never should. She learned which neighbors might give leftover food. She learned how to hide her tears. She learned how quickly people forget the dead and the children they leave behind. One afternoon, while sitting near the market, a woman selling books watched her closely. "Why are you not in school?" the woman asked. Sade shrugged. She had grown tired of explaining pain to people who would only shake their heads and walk away. The woman didn't leave. Instead, she sat beside her on the wooden bench. "I asked because I was once like you," she said quietly. "My mother died when I was 10. Sade looked up for the first time. The woman smiled softly. "I also thought my life had ended." "What changed?" Sade whispered. The woman pointed to the books on her table. "Someone helped me. Today, I am a teacher. And now it is my turn to help someone else." Sade's breath caught. "Me?" she asked, almost afraid to hope. "Yes," the woman said simply. "But you must promise something. Anything. You must not give up on the dream your mother had for you." Silence filled the space between them. Then Sade nodded, slowly, carefully, like someone learning to believe again. Years later, the same village gathered once more, but this time there were no tears.
Children in clean uniforms filled a newly painted classroom. Parents smiled with pride. Drums sounded in celebration. At the front stood a young woman in a simple gown, holding a microphone with trembling hands. Sade. She looked at the crowd, then at the sky. Her voice shook at first. When my mother died, I thought my life was over. I thought poverty was stronger than dreams, stronger than hope, stronger than God. The crowd grew quiet. But one person's kindness changed everything, she continued. And today, this school is for every child who thinks their story has ended when it has only just begun. Tears filled many eyes. Sade smiled gently. Mama could not live to see this day, she said softly. But every child who learns to read inside these walls is proof that her suffering was not in vain. She paused, breathing deeply. Pain may visit you. Loss may break you. But giving up, that is the only true defeat. That night, long after the celebration ended, Sade stood alone outside the classroom. The moonlight rested on the roof like a blessing. She closed her eyes and whispered into the quiet. We did it, Mama. For the first time since that silent morning years ago, her heart felt warm again. And somewhere beyond what eyes can see, love answered.